pay attention. I've got owners, I've got fans, I've got momentum. I've got people who want to cap. Guess who doesn't want to cap? The players. Guess what that means? There's going to be a work stoppage. We've told you about the work stoppage that'll come on December 2nd, 2026. We have a wait to see on it almost a year ago, I bet. It's a guarantee. But what should concern you is not just Rob's comments, but the reality of the way owners are out there chirping in ways they shouldn't, whether it's David Rubenstein, whether it is, there's others. I say David because he's the new owner for the Orioles who shouldn't be talking like that. It used to be when you're a new owner, you'd be called in by Bud Selig and he'd say, listen, keep your yapper closed. You're new in this club. As for Rob Manfred and his view of the Dodgers, he had no choice but to say that the Dodgers are a really well-run, successful organization. Everything that they do and have done is consistent with our rules. You've heard that before. The Yankees never broke the rules. What can we do? I'll tell you what we can do, and we've done it. They're trying to give their fans the best possible product. I recognize, Rob said, however, and my emails certainly reflect that there are fans in other markets concerned about their team's ability to compete. I would like you to stop, drop, and roll yourself to The Athletic right now. Well, do it in 30 minutes, please. No, do it later today because in 30 minutes you can watch Le Batard. Jason Stark in The Athletic has an article that you should read about parity and all the people complaining about parity and how great the NFL is, that anyone can win in the NFL, but in baseball, you got to be the Dodgers. You got to be the Yankees. Go read Jason Stark on The Athletic, which obviously Hall of Fame writer. Obviously, Athletic has great articles. I'm not a sponsor. I'm not paid by them to say it. The Athletic is best in class. Here's a little nugget for you. It's baseball. That's the team and the league with the most parity. That's the one where you haven't had a repeat champion, where we've had different people in the World Series, where you actually can have hope. You want no hope? You want no hope? Get to the NFL. The NFL is hopeless central. I'm tired of it. I'm not even in the league anymore. 18 years hearing how great the NFL is and how there's no competitive balance in Major League Baseball, how no one has a shot. And me, as the steward of a small payroll team, I get to say, look, fans, here's my excuse for sucking. It shouldn't work that way. I shouldn't be able to skate because I wasn't able to be good at my job. You can have a plenty low payroll and be in the playoffs, and if you're in the playoffs, you have a chance to win the World Series. So what does it all mean? It means that you've got a situation where players are getting nervous, owners are getting nervous, and then Rob said something last month when asked about a lockout that is sure to come in December of 26. In a bizarre way, it's actually a positive. Oh, no. Let's not go there. Let's not say that. We need better talking points. If you're going to do something that you know fans are going to be upset about, you've got to be smarter, and you've been so good about PR recently. Remember the last CBA when you're seen hitting golf balls or swinging a fantasy golf club? We know we're being smarter. Rob is the most brilliant commissioner we've had. You know he can do this. In a bizarre way, it's actually a positive. There is leverage associated with an off-season lockout, and the process of collective bargaining under the NLRA works based on leverage. The great thing about off-season lockouts is the leverage that exists gets applied between the bargaining parties. Here's what that means in non-gobbledygook that sets the hair on your shaved arm on fire. It is true that lockouts are used by management in order to get labor to the table in as speedy a way as possible, because when a lockout happens, that then sets off a chain of legally codified, well, they're codified now. I have no idea what it'll be in 2 years, but let's assume we still have a democracy and everything's okay. So let's assume there's still an NLRB, which there may or may not be. And let's assume that we have unions still. Who knows? The lockout is the way to get things done faster, and you do it immediately as the off season happens, as early as you can, so that you can start the process to get to resolution so you don't miss games. Wouldn't that be a way better way to talk about it? As opposed to saying in a bizarre way, it's actually a positive. Go right to the last thing I want to do is have the fans believe or actually have to witness missed games. Obviously, when we're in the off season, that's when the main negotiating is going to happen, though we will have started this a year in advance. If we can't announce a deal early, which is really hard to do in labor because the majority of deals happen at a deadline across all industries. If we can't reach a deal early, the reason why we will institute a lockout is that that will be the thing that will help us get to a deal in order to serve you, the fan. That's all you have to say. Because when you do it the way Rob did it, it forces Tony Clark, the head of the union, you can't be quiet. When your counterpart is saying something inflammatory, you got to seize it. You got to show your constituents, players, oh, I'm strong. The reason why I won the coup d'etat that you tried to put over on me and get rid of me, the reason it didn't work and that you have Bruce and I negotiating for you is we're damn good. Tony Clark, in a statement to The Athletic, players know from firsthand experience that a lockout is neither routine nor positive. It's a weapon, plain and simple, implemented to pressure players and their families by taking away a player's ability to work. Oh, Tony. Can we stop with the rhetoric just for 1 second? You do know that fans know that players don't get paid during the offseason. We're not taking money away from the players. You do know the number of players who work out at team facilities during the offseason is de minimis. You know that. Man, we had to open Olympic Stadium every day to have players work out in Montreal during the winter. My Lord. Marlins Park, Miami, where there are way more players. We would have better off having a place in Weston than having Marlins Park open. Ooh, we're shutting down Jupiter. We're padlocking it. Our rehabbing guys can go to clinics. We can go to offsite workers' comp, PTs. Players are continuing to do their job of getting ready during the offseason, even during a lockout. Don't come at me that we've stopped the ability of players to work. It's just not accurate. So if we're going to start with this, then we're going to have a problem. The thing is, it's in the playbook. When you're arguing, we saw it in the NFL this week, Super Bowl week. Roger Goodell, 18 games, here we come. Lloyd Howell, 18 games. Hold on. We're not going there. You're going to have to give till it hurts. Roger Goodell said, all right, we'll talk about it later. Let's not take the focus off the Super Bowl. If there was going to be agreement and an absolute kumbaya, Lloyd, let's play 18. Then you can announce it now. It would have been exciting. But the minute they start fighting, all of a sudden, are you still reading about it? Are you still hearing Roger Goodell talk about it? Negative.